Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be making a mermaid dress with an off-shoulder bustier. If this is what you like to watch, please pick up a box of popcorn and let's get started. To all my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I love you guys. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment on this video. Don't forget to set up your notification bell. As soon as I upload any video, you'll be the first to get it. Let's dive into it. So I've gone ahead to rule out the basic line, okay, for the mermaid dress that we're about to make, okay. So I started with a -5 to get the chest line, the bust line, the under bust, and the waist line, okay. So these are the basic line that will have here. Let's label chest line, bust line, under bust, and waist line, okay. So these are the basic line that we need, right? Don't forget we did a -5. So on this area I'm going to be marking 5 inches, okay. How I got my 5 inches is my nipple to nipple plus 1, right? So my nipple to nipple is what I'm taking right now, okay. On my bust line, my under bust, okay, I'm taking my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches, okay. Don't forget at the top I took 5 inches, okay. But from the bust line, under bust, and waistline, I took my nipple to nipple and I had to roll it out, okay. Now, so when you are done with this, we go ahead to take our dart measurement, okay. From the center front, I'll be going out by ½ inch, and from the side front, I'll be going out by 1.5 inches, right? So, okay, I'm going to repeat that on the under bust and as well as the waistline, okay. I'm going to connect it with a straight line, just as I'm doing, okay. So when I'm done connecting with a straight line, from the bust line, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch. It's either you do 1 inch or 1.5. Okay, so I mark it and I connect with a straight line on the other part of the center front. I connect with a straight line to where I came down by 1 inch. And on the side front, okay, this other part, I'll use my curve to connect it to where I came down by 1 inch, okay. I hope you can see what I'm doing, okay. So now I'm going to connect it from that point where I came down by 1 inch. I'm going to connect it straight to the 5 inches I marked at the top of our paper, okay. I'm trying to adjust something, right? Okay, so I'm going to connect, okay, from that point, okay. I'm going to connect it straight to where I marked my 5 inches, right? Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing now is on that line, I'm going to go out by 1 inch on this part. Can you see it? And on the other part, 1.5, okay, for tightening, okay, for tightening. And I will connect with a straight ruler, just like you can see me doing now, okay. This side is ½ inch and the other side is 1 inch. You can also decide to do 1 inch and 0.75, okay, on the other part, right? But I did 1 inch towards the side front, and towards the center front I did ½ inch, okay. Can you see it? Okay, so now that we are done with this, the next thing I'm going to be doing is from the chest line, I'll go up by 1½ or 2 inches, okay, depending on what you want. We are trying to carve out the neck line, okay, our sweetheart. So I'm going to connect it. Just watch what I'm doing. I'm connecting it to the line, okay. I came up by 1 inch and I connected it to the top of the blouse. Now I'm going to measure what I have on the darts, okay, and add it to the initial 5 inches I have there, which will give me 6.5, okay. So that is what I'm trying to mark, okay. Then I'll add my 2 inches seam allowance, or you can do 1 inch or 1.5 inches depending on what you want. Okay, so on the chest line, I'm going to measure what I have, okay, what I took out as the dart, because I'm going to be replacing it. Then I'll measure my bust line, bust divided by 4. I'm going to mark it. Okay, then I will add the darts, okay, that I took away from the middle. Then I will now add my sewing allowance. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying, right? So I will just connect. Okay, can you see me connecting it? This is forming our armhole. Okay, don't forget, on the chest line, I did my bust divided by 4. I added my sewing allowance, and the dart that we had there, I had to replace it back. Then from that point, I connect it to the upper parts. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, this has formed our armhole, right? So the next thing we'll be doing now is to get our waist measurements. Okay, before that, you also measure the dart. What we have for the dart is 2 inches. So you divide the waist by 4. You mark it, the waist measurement. You add your darts, okay, and you add your sewing allowance. Like I said, you can use 2 inches or what you want, but I'm using 2 inches for this tutorial. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to connect. Okay, you can still go ahead to measure your under bust round and all that, but for me, I did not do that on this tutorial, so I had to go straight, and every other measurement had to fall in place. I just worked with the bust and the waistline, right? Okay, so and that is that, and we are cutting it out already. It's as simple as that, right? Okay, can you see? This is our armhole area. Okay, once we cut this out, the front pattern is ready. Okay, this is what we have for the front pattern, and we are going to move over to draft the back pattern, right? This is all for the front. So for the back, I've gone ahead to rule the basic line. These are chest line, bust line, and waistline. We don't need the under bust, right? And this is a 2 inches zipper allowance. Okay, don't forget, I did a -5 to get this, right? So on this point, I'm going to mark 5 inches, just like I did at the front. Okay, 5 inches, just like I marked at the front, and I'm going to come down by 1/2 inch. Okay, I just want it to look shapy. I don't want the back to be just straight. I want it to have a curvy look. Okay, just watch what I'm doing. Okay, don't forget, our measurement starts from where we ruled for our zipper. Okay, that is where all your measurement starts. Okay, so this 1/2 inch is for the back to have a bit shape, right? So on the chest line, I'm going to divide the bust measurement by 4. Okay, and I'm going to add my sewing allowance. For this tutorial, I used 2 inches, right? So as soon as I get that, I connect to where I marked my 5 inches. Can you see that? I connect, and this is my armhole area. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing now is, okay, I have to take my nipple to nipple measurements. I have to mark it on my bust line, and as well mark it straight down to my waistline, and I'll connect with a straight line. Okay, I'm going to connect this with a straight line. As soon as I connect this, right, I will now go in and out by 1/2 inch, but before then I had to come down by 1 inch. Okay, you can do 1.5, you can do 1 inch from the bust line. Then on the waistline, you go in by 1/2 and you come out by 1/2. You can also do 3/4 if you wish, but for this tutorial I'm doing 0.5. Okay, so I'm going to connect it straight to where I came down by 1 inch. I hope we are getting me, right? Don't forget, from the bust line I came down by 1 inch, so that is where I'm connecting my dart to, right? Okay, so now that we are done with our dart, okay, we move to the zipper area. Okay, so on the waistline I will go in by half an inch. Okay, and I will slant it, okay, up to the bust line area. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? You can even start from the chest line and just, okay, rule it all the way. Can you see what we have? I hope you can see it clearly. Okay, and on the zipper area I also come in by 0.5 and I connect it all the way, just as you are seeing on the screen. Okay, so this is actually for zip bulge, so that our dress will not be bulging at the back. Okay, so from where we marked our bust measurement on the chest area, okay, we are going to move down to the waist and take our waist measurement divided by 4. Don't forget to replace your dart. Our dart here is 1 inch, then our sewing allowance is 2 inches, and that is all for the back. So just connect. Okay, you connect from your waist to your chest line, and that is all for the back. It is as simple as that, and our top is ready. Okay, so we are cutting it out. Don't forget to cut out the curvy parts. Okay, and this is what we have for the back. Okay, that's our dart, and that is all. So we are going to move to the down part of our dress. Okay, where we'll be drafting our mermaid skirt. All right, so this is all for our mermaid skirt. I've gone ahead to rule the waistline, hip line, knee line, and the length of the skirt. Okay, so don't forget, before we got these measurements I did a -16, which is minusing the upper part. Okay, the half length, we did a minus to get our hip line, knee line, and the gown length. Okay, so what we are going to be doing now is, can you see, I'm trying to cross check to be sure that it is accurate. And for the knee length, from the waist to the knee length is 22 inches, but I did -3. Okay, because we want something shapy, so you are going to come up by 3 inches. So we are using 19 instead of 22 for the hip length, for the nail length, right? I hope you get me, for the nail. So now I'm taking the waist measurements and I'm taking the hip measurements, okay, divided by 4 plus our 2 inches seam allowance. So I'm going to be connecting the waist to the hip line. Don't forget your waist, you also divide it by 4 to get your measurements, right? So now we have the measurement for the waist and for the hip. So for the knee, you are going to do your measurements -5. Then whatever you get, you divide it by 4. Although this is optional, you can also measure your knee round. Okay, but for this tutorial, I did 40 minus 5. 40, which is the hip measurement, -5. Okay, and I got 35. 35 divided by 4 gave me 8.75. That is what I marked on my knee line, right? So I've connected my nail line to the hip. So whatever I have on this nail area, okay, including the 2 inches allowance, whatever I have there, I'm going to replicate same at the base of the skirts. Okay, that is what I'm doing right now. Whatever measurement I have there, I'm going to replicate it. Okay, definitely I should have 10.75. That is what I am marking at the base. Okay, so now we'll connect it with a straight line. Okay, so I will connect it with a straight line. Don't forget that the down part, the mermaid we are achieving here, we are going to achieve it via splash and spread method. So I'm rolling down. Okay, I'm going to roll it down on a straight line, and the front piece is ready. If this video has been helpful to you, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment on this video. Okay, don't forget to share, and support this community. So now from the nail line, okay, I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I'm going to mark it all the way down from the center front. You can see what I'm doing. I'm marking 4 inches all the way. Okay, it's either you mark 4 inches or you divide it into 2. But for this tutorial, I'm marking 4 inches. Okay, that is where I'm going to be slashing it. Now you can see me connecting it with a straight line. Okay, I'm connecting it with a straight line. Like I said, it's either you split it into 2 or you work with your nipple to nipple measurement. Okay, so when I rule it out, okay, that means the front is ready, right? So I'm going to draft out the back piece before I slash it open. Okay, so just watch me as I cut. Okay, as I cut it out. Yes, our front pattern is ready. So I'm going to be placing it, the front, on another paper so we can replicate the back. Okay, so now I'm placing my paper on the front piece. Okay, I want to label it. You will never go wrong labeling your pattern. So now I've been able to place it on another paper. Okay, the paper was not enough, so I had to use sellotape to hold it down. So now that I've placed it, the next thing I'll be doing is on the waist area, I'm going to take 1 inch for zip allowance. Okay, I want to do a contour here. So on the waist area, I will go out by 1 inch. I'm trying to extend the hip line. Okay, I'm trying to extend the line there, right? Good. So on the hip area, I'm going to go out by 1.5 inches. Now, so I will connect my 1 inch from the waist to my 1.5 on the hip area. Okay, just see what I'm doing. I'm going to connect it. Okay, so now that I'm done, from the hip, just measure 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, depending on what you want, but I'm working with 5 inches. Okay, I marked 5 inches from the hip line. Okay, so and I will now connect the 1.5 to that point where I have 5 inches. Okay, to the body of the skirt. Just watch what I'm doing. I hope you can see me. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've connected it, right? Can you see how curvy that place is? So we are trying to do a contour. Okay, so that is all for the back. That is all for the back. So what we are going to do now is we are going to cut. Let's cut it out. Cut, 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 cut. Okay, please subscribe to this channel. Please hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment on this video. Let's grow this community together. Okay, I'm trying to cut gently so that you see the way I'm cutting this place. When I get to this spot, okay, where I measured my 5 inches, okay, the next thing I'll be doing is you see the way I'm cutting it in, and you follow the front pattern from that point all the way. Okay, can you see? Can you see how beautiful our skirt is already appearing? Okay, I hope you are still chewing your popcorn, right? I hope you're still watching. I hope you're still following. Okay, so this is what we have, right? So I'm going to be separating the back from the front. Okay, I just want to mark the lines so that as soon as I separate it, I can rule out those lines and we continue with it for the back, right? Okay, I'm trying to remove the pins. Okay, make sure you always pin down at every point so that your paper will not be shifting, right? So as soon as I'm done removing all the pins, I'll separate the front from the back. Okay, so let's work on the back. Okay, for the back, I'm going to be ruling out the hip line, okay, the way I marked it. I'm going to be ruling out the hip line and the nail line to make it visible so we can continue with what we want to do on this skirt, right? So don't forget, okay, that's our hip and this is our nail length measurements, okay? All right, so the next thing we are going to be doing now is, don't forget at the front we used our nipple to nipple measurement from the nail area down, okay? So we are going to be repeating the same here, okay? So I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple from the down parts, from the knee area up to the down parts of the skirt. And when we are done, we are going to be slashing it open, okay? When I'm done, I'm going to slash it open. This is me trying to mark my 4 inches all the way. Please subscribe to this channel, hit the subscribe button, like, share. I'm waiting for your questions in the comment section. Okay, I'm trying to rule with a straight line from the nail length to the base of the skirt. This is our back piece I'm still working on, okay? So now that I'm done with this, our skirt is ready. Okay, the next thing we do is to slash it open. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. If this video has been helpful to you, please like it, share, comment on this video. Okay, I'm waiting for your question in the comment section. Thank you. In my next video, I will show you how I had to cut this out on the fabric. All right, see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.